Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome. Welcome back to the sweet spot. Today is Slow Down Sunday. Our theme, aligning your inner stars. I'm Dr. Sweet, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm a board certified psychiatrist and I specialize in sports and high performance psychology and psychiatry. And I want to have a heart to heart with you about something that takes my breath away every time I think about it. All week long, we've been talking about the light shining and the stars. And as I slowed down today in Slow Down Sunday, I have been reflecting on the amazing connection between you and the stars. Yes. Can we pause for a moment together? Take a deep breath with me right now. Just slow down and take a breath. And then out. There you go. You know what's incredible? In this very moment, as we're breathing, as our hearts are beating, we're carrying actual stardust in our bodies. Remember yesterday we talked about this. We talked about the stars when they die, when they are finished, when they explode. They create this stardust, and that the very calcium in our bones, the oxygen that we breathe, the iron in our blood, they're all elements that have existed in the universe and amazingly have created other planets and ultimately us. How amazing is that? That the Creator, God, didn't just place stars in the sky. They're a very part of our being. Ultimately, we're a part of the universe, as Neil deGrasse Tyson has said. We're in the universe, but wow, more importantly, the universe is in us. And spiritually, that has meaning. Because as we know, greater is that which is in us than that which is in the world. Slow Down Sunday, I love it. It's the time we get to talk like this and reflect a bit. So let me share something personal. The other night, I was feeling really overwhelmed. I was just overwhelmed with work, just flooded. You ever get that feeling with everything going on? So I decided to just take a step away from my computer, go outside and just take a deep breath and just breathe in some cold air to kind of reset me and refresh me. And I looked up, and in New York, you don't always see stars, but that night, the sky was clear. The cold, crisp air had a clear night with it, and the stars were shining. And you know what hit me? I realized that those stars have been there all along and that they were perfectly placed. They were in their purpose. They were shining exactly as they were meant to. And it hit me that you and I were created with that same intentional design. That we're all stars. We're reflections of those stars in the universe. And just like the stars don't compete, they don't try to outshine each other. We don't have to do that. We don't have to try to be like anybody else. We just kind of need to be the unique light we were created to be and really move with that understanding. So I've got a little question for you today. Slow Down Sunday. When was the last time you really felt your light shining and shining brightly? When were you last aware of your stardom? You know the feeling I'm talking about, right? When you're totally in your zone, totally in your purpose. When you know you're doing exactly what you were intended and created to do. I want you to think about that. Just reflect. Hold on to that feeling for a second, if you got it. Because you see, in my work, I meet so many incredible people who are trying so hard to shine like someone else, and that's their whole problem. But here's what I want to whisper to your heart today. Just as scripture tells us that those who lead others to righteousness will shine like stars forever, your unique way of shining is exactly what your world needs of you. It's for you to shine exactly as you were made to and meant to shine. Remember, the word says that we have been fearfully and wonderfully made. Just as we marvel at those stars, so should we remember that that stardust is in us. Can we try something together right now? Wherever you are, I want you to imagine your own inner light. It's an exercise. If we were together in a group, I would have us close our eyes. And by the way, if you're driving, don't close your eyes. All right? Just think about closing your eyes and imagining your own inner light. Sometimes we need to do that. Close our eyes and see ourselves as light as a star. Imagine your own starlight. Maybe it's warm and gentle, your light. Maybe it's bold and bright. There's nothing wrong. There's no wrong way to be a light here. However you imagine that light, however you are imagining it, that's your divine spark, your God-given purpose waiting to shine. And let's do something special with that. Let's have our own little stargazing moment with our light. I would like you today, when you have a moment, to find a quiet space and ask yourself these questions. Now take your time with them and really let the questions sink in. Question 1. What lights you up from the inside? You know what I'm talking about? Those moments when you just feel completely alive, that something just organically lights you up. What gifts, question 2, what gifts has God placed in your heart that maybe you've been a little hesitant to share? Some of us, we hide our gifts because we think we're not good enough, so we don't shine as brightly as we should. What's stopping that? What's in the way? Remember, the scriptures tell us that you can't, if you have a light or a candle, the worst place to put it is under the table or is to hide it. Lights have to be seen ultimately. So let's figure that out. Think about what might be cloaking your light or who. And then we may have to talk about how we deal with that, right? And question 3. Where do you feel that divine nudging, calling you to shine brighter? Like, is there something you have to do or someplace you have to be or go, or some next level for you that you know you should be doing? And you can feel it like an unctioning or a calling, but you're kind of hesitating. Where do you feel that? And I don't want you to answer that question for me. I want you to live with that question. I want you to breathe with that question. I want you to be with the question. Where do you feel the divine calling, the divine nudging, the divine sparking that you think you have to shine brighter? And eventually, you will get an answer. But you got to think about the question. So there's no pressure. This is Slow Down Sunday. There's no rush. Remember, every star is in its right place, it's in its right time, and it reaches its full brightness at the right moment. So, my friend, you're on a divine timeline that's perfectly planned for you. You want to know something else that amazes me as we tie this up? Scientists tell us that everything in our bodies was once part of a star. That's what I've been telling you. Think about that the same God who named each star in the sky created you with those very same elements. And that's not just beautiful science. That's a love letter written in stardust from the divine. So today, tonight, wherever you're listening to this, I have a special invitation to you. Go outside, look up, see if you can find the star, And remember, you're part of a grand design. The same divine force that keeps all the stars in the orbits is alive in you. And if you don't have stars where you are, I have a place that you will always see one. Guaranteed, it never fails. The mirror. Okay, go to the mirror and see what has been fearfully and wonderfully made. All right, my friends. This is Dr. Sweet. You've been in the sweet spot where science meets soul. If you have something you'd like to share, hashtag SweetSpotShine. Tell me your story. I'd love to hear it, and I'd love to share it if possible. And if you want to stay connected with me, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram. You can also subscribe to the YouTube channel at Derek Sweet. And remember, you're not just anybody. You're not just made of stardust. You are made with a divine purpose. And the light in you is greater than any darkness in the world. You keep shining that beautiful light. And remember the little song we sang all week. This little light of mine, I am going to let it shine. All right, my friend. God bless you. Be strong. Stay beautiful and keep shining. This is Dr. Sweet. Take care.